Assalamu alaikum, guys. Our Gujarati Indian community is pretty fucking racist. I'm not gonna lie. And this was the case. This is the case in my local mosque, which I will put a timestamp of when I'm gonna talk about that. And it's also the case at madrasa, and I'll share some things about that too. And my local mosque, a friend of mine, who I haven't met in like 3 years, was telling me, and he's not Indian, he's not Gujarati, he was telling me how disrespected he felt doing etikaf at our local mosque, and how mistreated he felt because of him being non-Indian, non-Gujarati, and how the people there who were Gujaratis gave privilege to the other Gujaratis and to even the youngsters over him because of his ethnicity. And like honestly, man, we're really, really offensive and racist, and we're the in group, and everyone else is out group, and everyone else, no salams, no treating them well, or talking to them, or conversing, or making friendships. Like my friend circle, Muslim friend circle at the mosque, they're all Gujaratis. My younger brother, same thing. He's in his teens, and all the people who hang out after Isha around the mosque are all Indian people. There's no one that's Pakistani, no one Bengali, no one Somali, no one that's black. Everyone is not. They're all excluded. They're not allowed to hang out there. That's not their privilege. We don't give them that right, and it's very unfortunate how racist we are. And I'm saying something about privilege. Privilege is something that you don't even have to think about. You, Indian kid or person, adult too, you don't recognize your privilege. Like a white person doesn't recognize their white privilege. Only the non-whites, like ourselves, or the non-Gujaratis in our mosque, who recognize the privilege that we get. We get treated first. We get salam. We get told salam to. We get treated like iftari first, or uncles and people will smile at us, and we have people will feel a part of the community and welcomed. Whereas other people will feel like you shouldn't even be here, and many people have left our community because of that feeling. A young guy just a couple days ago was talking to me, and he's non-Indian, and he said something similar. He's like, "I like talking to you. It's fun." But no one else, because no one else talks to him from our community, from our masjid, because we're all racist. And I'm trying to say, recognize that privilege that you have, and try to just be welcoming. Just give salam, talk to people, ask them how they're doing, and just be aware of how racist your actions are or your mind is, and think to yourself, like, what would the Prophet ﷺ say? Think if he saw he saw my views and the way I treat people because of their not being my ethnicity. At madrasa, it was the same thing. A friend of mine pointed it out to me. I never knew, because I don't recognize privilege. You don't see it. But the teachers and staff, senior staff, would treat me better than they would treat a Bengali or Pakistani kid because of my race. They'll ask you where you're from, and then follow-up questions like what village and stuff like that. Bengali kid, Pakistani kid, they won't even look at them, or if they ask just to find out, they'll ask where you're from just to find out if they're not Indian. And then they'll say, okay, you can go, you can leave. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And this is very offensive and hurt a lot of people, and it shouldn't be something that you should defend. Be aware of it. It comes in a Dawud Hadith in Abu Dawud, and in the chapter of tribalism in Kitab al-Adab. It's in the description. The Prophet ﷺ says, "He who laysa minna man da'i al-asabiyya," he's not from amongst us who calls towards tribalism, who says, "Apna wala, idhar aao, yahan come sit with me, you're one of us," and excludes others and people, and gives them privilege and doesn't give another person privilege. Recognize your privilege and try to make use of it to help other people out. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all tawfiq. Assalamu alaikum.